The fact that LeBron was not on an injury report, or there was no mention of an injury until post-game after the finals when they knew before Game 2, that may be an issue.
It may be an issue, Jared, but I don't think it's going to be as big as you think, because LeBron James didn't want to put that out afterward. He wanted to wait and say, I'm going to play through it. So with that being said, I applaud him for trying to play through it. And then some say, well, LeBron, you still needed some more help. Even though your hand was hurt, you still needed some more help at the end of the day.
And that's the thing. Again, injury reports aren't a player's decision. It has to be public information because it affects sports betting lines. But with that said, the fact that he couldn't shoot, it seemed, 4 of 14 outside the paint after the injury, how he carried this team. Listen, they didn't win a game, but they were competitive in 2 of the 4, and they almost won 2 of the 4.
So let me take it a little bit deeper, Jared. We as ex-players, if you hurt your hand, you know what you do? You drive more, because now you don't have to shoot as many jump shots. And obviously you don't want to get fouled or get smacked on the hand, so that's why you don't drive. So now watching him in Game 4, seeing him, I've never seen LeBron this passive. Understand he was trying to get guys involved and trying to get guys to make shots. But in Game 1, or throughout the whole Eastern Conference Final, you were coming downhill. Right. And that was the difference we didn't see in Games 3 and 4. So if the hand was broken in Game 2, he still came downhill in Game 2. Right. But Games 3 and 4, he did not.
All right, Dennis, there's a lot to unpack in this game. Obviously, we're going to celebrate the champions and a golden dynasty that is clearly underway, and we're witnessing. And as discussed, the end might not be anywhere near in sight with how dominant the Warriors have been. Kevin Durant goes, and in his second year coming over from Oklahoma City, wins his second straight Finals MVP. We'll discuss his performance and how close the vote was for MVP voting, where Steph Curry nearly earned his very first Finals MVP. And, of course, much more on the LeBron hand injury. And also, look at the Cleveland Cavaliers. As soon as this game ended, it's as if summer began. They went right from spring to summer because now questions of LeBron's offseason is going to loom large, not just with the Cavs, but the entire league, with us having to sleep at the studio until LeBron makes a decision. But let's talk here first and foremost as we turn our attention to celebrating what the Warriors were able to accomplish. Something Steve Kerr said, listen, bottom line, we got to give LeBron and the Cavs a lot of credit for what they overcame this year just to get to this point. But the Warriors simply had more talent.
At the end of the day, that's what wins basketball games, talent. And on top of that, this team plays unselfish basketball. And I think that never gets old. And people are saying, well, to see the two same teams come to the finals, well, it makes other GMs step their game up and make sure you put a better product on the floor. Because these two franchises the last 4 years, obviously having four of the best players in the world on the team, it makes it a lot easier.
Go back to sports betting here for a second, something we talked about before Game 1 of the finals. This was historic coming in to the finals in that over the last 16 years, no team had been such a heavy favorite in the NBA Finals as the Golden State Warriors. They ended up in historic fashion. No team had dominated a team in a 4-game sweep as the Warriors did in the Cavs, outscoring Cleveland by 60 points total in the 4 games. Let's hear from the champs. And why that's so significant is because he's got one more title now than his father, Michael Thompson.
That's right. Great call. And we just sitting there listening to that and seeing the camaraderie, the chemistry. And once again, Jared, it never gets overstated that this team shares the basketball. In the regular season, they average 29 assists in the game. Right. Now in the finals at 28. So that lets you know, like Steve Kerr and everyone talked about, they play for one another, and that's fun basketball.
We always talk the chicken or the egg. Is it the culture that is caused by the winning or the winning that's caused by the culture? Bottom line with this team, they have fun on and off the court. They genuinely like each other. They genuinely have a lot of humility. Yes. And that's what allows Steph Curry to be okay with not being a Finals MVP, and something we'll talk about.
And that's what people have to understand. You as fans can talk about it, but those guys in the locker room are not talking about it.
Right. Interesting. Much more to talk about here live from the Q.